Going to move a little faster on this one. My a value is 1, my b value is -5, my c value is -24. Start by taking the opposite of b. The opposite of b is +5, right? My b was negative, so my opposite of b was +5. But b itself is negative, so -5 squared minus 4 times 1, because my a value is 1, and my c value is -24. Okay, almost all there. Now my a value one more time is 2 times 1 on the bottom. So again, that process, even though I'm moving really quickly, is important, but it's just the setup component. Then we get Desmos going. Let's delete everything we've got here and type in our new number that is just underneath. Remember, we're just typing in what is underneath the radical, okay? Just this expression right here, not the radical itself. So if we're going to type that in, we have parentheses, -5, close parentheses, squared, -4, close parentheses, 1, parentheses, and parentheses, -24, okay? So that number is 121, which is great. 121 is actually a perfect square, right? So if we simplify here, we have 121. The 5 still there, so 5, not the highlighter, okay? The 5 in front, the new number we got is 121, and then 2 times 1 is just 2, so that guy can say the same. Instead of using Desmos, we could just throw this in Desmos and be done with it. But I want to show you what's actually happening here with the plus and the minus, right? What's actually happening here is this is splitting into two separate equations, right? Two separate equations. The first equation is 5 plus, now if you remember, this is equal to 11. The square root of 121 is equal to 11. So it's actually 5 plus 11 divided by 2. And the second question would actually be 5 minus 11, right? Because it's plus or minus. One's plus, one's minus. 5 minus 11 divided by 2. That's why we're getting two answers, because one of them is addition and one of them is subtraction. So if we simplify, 5 plus 11 is 16. 16 divided by 2 gives me 8. That's my first solution. Versus down here, 5 minus 11 gives me -8, right? -8. Although it does not. Whew, gives me -6. Whew. -6, okay? 5 minus 11 gives me -6. Divide that by 2, and it gives me -4. So these are my two solutions. Totally fine to plug that into Desmos and get your answers, but that's really what's going on there behind the scenes. So that's essentially the lesson today. You really want to make sure that you're able to use the quadratic formula. The only other thing I want to show you is well, what do we do when it's not equal to 0? Well, you do what you've always done. You get it equal to 0, right? So for example, if you look at number 4, this isn't equal to 0 because the 5 needs to move over, right? 5x. So our new equation is x squared plus 5x plus 5. Now it equals 0. So my a is 1, my b is 5, and so is my c. Same thing goes here. I could subtract the 3x and the 3 over. So my equation would be x squared minus 3x minus 3. So a is 1, -3, -3. Now, I'm just getting a lot of repetition there. I don't love that that keeps repeating itself. Let's do this one. Add your x over, subtract your 1 over. So it's x squared plus x minus 1. So all equal to 0. So now we can say, hey, my a is 1, my b is 1, and my c is -1. And then you just plug it into the quadratic formula. So the more and more you practice it, the more and more you get used to plugging into that template and that setup, the quicker and quicker you get at it. And the more you use Desmos, it handles that heavy lifting for you. So that's what the quadratic formula is all about. You want to make sure you're good at it, especially for when you get to Math 2 next school year.